Hello guys, this is your friend and we are back with a new fanfic. And if you enjoy this fanfic then please press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more fanfic like this. And now let's start the fanfic. Two figures were standing in an unknown dimension fighting an evil being whose power was monstrous, equal to or more than 10 tails. Battle has destroyed the dimension to very core of the planet. The first figure was Namikaze Uzumaki Naruto, who belonged to famous Uzumaki clan, and he is also the reincarnation of Sage of Six Paths son Ashura. Naruto dons a new chakra cloak referred to as Six Paths Sage. This mode Naruto has yellow eyes instead of red or orange, lacks the orange Sage mode pigmentation around his eyes, and is complete with the Rinnegan and Magatama patterns on his. Naruto is able to create the truth-seeking balls, which are comprised of senjutsu. On his other side, the second figure was Uchiha Sasuke, who belonged to famous Uchiha clan, and he is also the reincarnation of Sage of Six Paths son Indra. He wore dark blue pants with a blue cloth hanging from halfway up his stomach to his knees, along with black arm guards that covered his forearms and stretched up to reach his upper biceps. He also wore a purple rope belt around his waist, tied in a bow, in which he carries his both eyes, where one was Mangekyo Sharingan and other was other Rinnegan. Sasuke's Rinnegan possesses 6 tomo. The third figure was Kagaya Otsutsuki, who is the mother of Hagoromo Otsutsuki and Hamura Otsutsuki, who consumed the fruit of the Shinju and became the progenitor of chakra, and part of the creation of the beast that would become known as the Ten. Wields the Byakugan in both eyes, which grants her near 360 degrees. Wields her Rinnegan as a third eye on her forehead, which is red in color and contains several concentric circles, and 9 third eye also grants her the Sharingan powers. Sasuke, she is too powerful for us. At this rate we won't be able to seal her, says Naruto, who is panting badly. I know Naruto, after getting sage powers then also she is overpowering us, says Sasuke, who is also panting beside Naruto. At this rate we won't be able to save everyone and stop Eye of the Moon plan, says Naruto. There is only one way to stop, is to combine all our powers as Team 7 and stop her, says Kakashi, who is in perfect Susanoo with Sakura. You are right, Kakashi-sensei, says Naruto and Sakura. Mother, these guys are weak, let's get rid of them now or they will become dangerous for us, says Black Zetsu from Kagaya sleeves. You are right, at this rate they will seal me, Kagaya queried. As Kagaya charged forward intending to Naruto or Sasuke so that if one will be left they won't be able to seal her. Naruto throws his truth-seeking ball at her so to decrease her speed. Sasuke uses his instant teleportation to come behind her with his Rinnegan and uses Chidori notices this and uses Shikatsumyaku to throw at Sasuke. Kakashi uses his Kamui to wrap the skeletal structure. Naruto calls upon his tailed beast, Shukaku, Matabi, Isobu, Son Goku, Kokuo, Seiken, Chome, Yuki, Kuramon. All-tailed beast gives him their answer, yeah do it brat. Naruto makes 8 Kage Bunshin clones. Naruto and his 8 clones makes different type of chakra nature Rasenshuriken and throws at Kagaya. Kagaya is attacked by his tailed beast Rasenshuriken with different types of sage. His all clones throw sage art, lava release Rasenshuriken and different tailed beast Rasenshuriken. Kagaya is bombarded with those attacks and it creates huge blast even bigger than Jubi Bijudama with the radius of more than 30 kilometers. These attacks injured her somewhat as she tries to recovers herself, but Kakashi come behind her, cuts her left hand with Susanoo sword. Black Zetsu falls from her left sleeve hand, who shouts, "No mother!" But Naruto throws his Rasenshuriken on Black Zetsu and destroys it. Kakashi tries to cut her down again, but his Susanoo dissipated and he falls down his knees. Shit, I am out of chakra, shouts in pain. Kagaya takes this opportunity to him, but Sakura comes above her, punches her with chakra fists, which throws her down on ground and makes a big crater. Kagaya gets up with angry face to both Kakashi and Sakura, but Naruto and Sasuke comes from both sides so fast that she didn't get time to react and their both arms touch her with sun and moon marks begins shining. They both shout, 6 Path Yin release, 6 Path Yang release Chibaku Tensai. Entire area gets attracted to center of gravity, which was Kagaya herself. drawing in everything in its surroundings to create an enormous moon-like construct and shakes the entire planet just like Jubi technique Tenpenchi. Volcanic eruptions occurs, clouds were distorting, it was looking like end of the world. This was totally different from Nagato Chibaku Tensai. After more than 5 minutes everything becomes peaceful. Kagaya gets sealed. You did it Naruto and Sasuke, says Sakura happily. I am proud of you guys, says Kakashi and continues, because of you guys this war is over. Thanks Kakashi-sensei, says Naruto. Says Sasuke. As they were enjoying, the battle was finished, but their enjoyment was disturbed when a loud yell was heard and Jubi releases from the Chibaku Tensai and tries to destroy them. Oh, we forget to seal Jubi, says Naruto. Sasuke starts to release Susanoo to Jubi once and for all, but Naruto stops him and yells at him, "What are you doing, Sasuke? I am going to him, he is the one who has created this much destruction and it will again destroy everyone, so once and for all I will destroy it," says Sasuke. I know Sasuke, but the tailed which are inside him had not done anything, says Naruto and continues, but I have a better plan. What? Inquire both Sakura and Sasuke. But Naruto doesn't respond, them uses all tailed beast power to remove from Jubi. Jubi cries in agony as all the chakra of 9 beasts are removed and merged with Naruto, which increases his power dramatically as entire land shakes with his power. Impossible, says shocked Sakura and Kakashi, he absorbed the Jubi. Sasuke doesn't care and says, nice work Dobi, now you have become Jubi Jinchuriki. Ha ha ha, I can't believe I became this strong and now the war is over I will become Hokage, says Naruto, who was happily dancing and everyone smiles and Sasuke smirks. But unknown to them, when Naruto and Sasuke sealed Kagaya there became black void vortex which was natural energy from the earth. Naruto notices it and says, what the heck is that? Everyone sees in his direction and gets shocked. It's everything around it, says Sasuke. Everyone get away from it, says Kakashi as everyone gets away from it, but Sasuke was not lucky who was standing near it. Sasuke, look out, says Naruto, but he can't get away because he used his all Rinnegan power and can't teleport to Naruto. Naruto jumps teleports behind Sasuke more faster than he was in 6-path technique, as he is now Jubi Jinchuriki he became more powerful. He throws Sasuke out of the vortex but gets Ed himself. Naruto, shouts Kakashi and Sakura, but he gets Ed in the vortex and vortex closes. Naruto groaned when he awoke, what felt like jarring impact. His body felt completely sore and drained from exhaustion. When he opened his eyes he saw he was in a completely white room with 2 sofas inside the room. When he sat up he saw he was in hospital gown, that made the conclusion that he was in medical hospital in some village. Where the heck am I? Inquired Naruto. Immediately he was surrounded by 6 masked people who have high-level chakra, at least Junin, which Naruto recognized were Anbu, who were leaking their intent. Naruto didn't like that at all and asked, what are you trying to do? One of the bird mask spoke, who was looking like the leader of squad, keep quiet stranger, you are in strongest village of elemental nations. This made Naruto interested and he asked, which village? You are in Hidden Leaf Village, one of the strongest village in elemental nations. Brat, growls the leader, how dare this brat dare to question him? Keep your tone low, growls Naruto, I am not liking how are you talking or. But the bear mask Anbu didn't let him complete, what are you gonna do? I will show you. Naruto didn't get to complete as his body start paining as he saw his chakra paths were sealed. You cannot do anything, your chakra paths are sealed, says the leader. Then a nurse came, checked how he is. The nurse tells the leader he is fine now and he can be interrogated now. The leader nods, tells the cat Anbu, go and tell the Sandame Sama the stranger brat is awake. The cat Anbu nods and disappeared Shunshin no Jutsu. This makes Naruto shocked. Sandame Sama, how he died 3 years ago by sacrificing his life to defeat Orochimaru and protecting the village, thoughts Naruto. Naruto asked the leader, which year we are in? Have you lost your mind or what, brat? We are in 700 ninja year, tells the leader. What, how can this be? It is 30 years before my timeline, Last I remembered I jumped in front of strange black vortex to save Sasuke but got ed in that vortex, Naruto thinks. Could it be that the strange vortex sent me in past? You are right brat, we really time traveled. Naruto immediately recognizes that voice and goes to his mindscape. Kurama, is that really you? Inquires Naruto. Not only he brat, we all are, says Son Goku. Naruto sees he is surrounded by his all-tailed beast. Shukaku, Matabi, Isobu, Son Goku, Kokuo, Saiken, Chome, Yuki, Kurama. Naruto grins happily. I am so happy to see you guys. We all are brat, laughs all the tailed beast with their Jinchuriki attitude. But suddenly all get serious. What was that vortex? Questioned Naruto. We all think that the vortex was some time-space jutsu which opened by using yin-yang sealing technique and opened a black vortex that was ing natural energy, speaks Kurama. As you and Sasuke were having old man Raikudo sage techniques which made that vortex to you guys, but in the meantime you saved Sasuke by throwing him to Kakashi and got ed yourself. Yeah, looks like you are right, I was also thinking the same thing, says Naruto seriously, which shocks the Beejus. Why you guys are shocked? Did I say something wrong? No brat, we were just thinking how did you get so intelligent? Kurama grins and other Baiju smirked. This pops a vein on Naruto and he growls, hey, I was always intelligent, you guys never noticed. Whatever brat, says Kurama. Naruto then sees something different about the Beejus and asks, what happened to you guys? Why are you looking so big and your powers has increased more? Kurama answers that question, when you absorbed the Beejus from the Geto Mazo, our tailed beast chakra was merged to us in you. In other words, you can says our yin-yang chakra is merged which made us complete. Could it be that? Inquires Naruto. Yes, you can also think that yourself as Jubi Jinchuriki, says Yuki. Amazing, I became so powerful. Naruto grins happily. Naruto, right now you are the strongest being in the entire elemental nation, says Saiken. Your power is not only equal or more than old man Rakudo himself or equal to Kagaya. Not only that, in my opinion you can destroy this entire village within less than a minute with a simple Bijudama or your other chakra attacks. Your power is so much right now that Hashirama Senju and that blasted Uchiha Madara pale in comparison to you, grins Kurama. But you have to start some training, your chakra control has gone worst or you will destroy this village accidentally. Oh. Naruto gets embarrassed, I will definitely start training. Now to main matter now Naruto, you must have felt some changes in your body. First of all, you have become again 10 years old, Kurama speaks seriously and Naruto is shocked but nods. As you know now you have become Jubi Jinchuriki, you have got its Ido Jutsu, in other words you have got Sharingan, Mangekyou Sharingan and Rinnegan. Really now I got the abilities like Eye of Insight and Eye of Hypnotism. Naruto grins happily, I can even make perfect Susanoo like Sasuke. Kurama nods, yeah, if you don't know you can see your Rinnegan is activated. Oh really, that is cool, yells Naruto, then thinks something, yes, this time I can even save my parents. Yes, this time you can save them as you are already this powerful, but as for precaution we will put a genjutsu in your eyes so that people won't fear you, so it will be your same blue eyes but you can still use your Rinnegan power. Naruto nods at Kurama words. I can sense Sandaime is coming, if you trust him you can tell him the truth or not you decide yourself, but Naruto, try to control your emotions. As a Jubi Jinchuriki it is difficult to control your anger, and don't worry, I have removed those seals from you which has blocked your chakra path, understand? Yeah, thanks everyone, I will see you guys later, says Naruto and disappears from his mindscape. Hey brat, wake up, yells the leader. Yeah, I am awake. What happened? Questioned Naruto to the leader. I have been trying to wake you up from last 10 minutes, growls the leader. Whatever, says Naruto bitterly. Suddenly a new chakra source comes through door whom Naruto is very familiar with, he is the only one who was the grandfather figure to Naruto. Sandaime-sama, all Anbu kneel in front of him. At ease Anbu, orders Sandaime. Naruto looks Sandaime, he looks like a middle-aged man, he can tell he is somewhere 43 to 44 years. Sandaime sees him and speaks, "Hello young man, I am Hiruzen Sarutobi Sandame Hokage of Konohagakure Sato." "Nice to meet you old man," says Naruto happily. Everyone sweat drop at his blatant disrespect, but the leader growls, "Brat, how dare you disrespect our Hokage?" But Naruto didn't like his tone and released his only 1% power. Entire hospital shook, cracks occurred in the walls and floor. All the hospital staff, patients and low-level ninjas who were mainly genins and chunins who were near or inside the hospital fall down unconscious because of the high pressure. The Anbu who were with Sandame fell to their knees either unconscious or breathing hard. Even Hiruzen was facing problem to stand. But the one who was facing the most pressure from Naruto was leader of the Anbu squad. The leader saw Naruto eyes, felt fear for the first time in his life. It was looking like he is standing in front of a god and he is an insect in front of who can him without even trying. Naruto was shocked himself that in his 1% power he can create this much mess but didn't show it. Slowly he receded his power back. Hiruzen was sweating profusely. This young man power looks equal to his own sensei Hashirama or even equal to Madara Uchiha. He was cautious. He can tell this young man is cage level ninja or more, and if he fought this young man it will be hard to win. So right now he won't anger him for his protection of village. All Anbu were unconscious, so Naruto speaks to Hiruzen, "I am sorry that guy got on my nerves." Hiruzen can tell this young man has no ill intent to the village, he was only angered by the Anbu squad leader words. So he says, "Yeah, sorry for my Anbu disrespect, so what is your name young man?" Naruto thoughts for second then says, "My name is Uzumaki Naruto, old man, I would like to talk to you privately, this is very important." Hiruzen can tell the seriousness in Naruto words, so he nods, "Let's go to my office and we can talk there privately, but first." Hiruzen went to window, saw there were many Chunin and Junin ninjas are on guard outside the hospital because of very powerful chakra release from Naruto, so he clears his mouth and says, "Everyone, everything is under control here, you all guys go and help the hospital staff." Hiruzen shunshied away and Naruto just disappeared within in 3 seconds reached to Hokage Tower. Hiruzen reached after him, was shocked to see him, "You are fast." "Yeah, I just teleported. So before we start I would like you to put a silencing barrier, this talk should be between you and me," says Naruto seriously. Hiruzen reluctantly nodded and puts a silencing barrier. Naruto starts explaining about his past, his fights, his team, precious people, his most dangerous enemy Akatsuki, his Jinchuriki, Madara, defeating 10 Tails, fighting Kagaya. After more than 3 hours explanation, Hiruzen was gobsmacked. His jaw was hanging with every words Naruto spoke. He can't believe he is in front of deity who is powerful and equal to Rakuto Sanin, the sage of Six Path himself. Hiruzen straightened himself, got from seat bow to Naruto, "It's such honor to speak to you Naruto-sama." Naruto sweat dropped but he liked it. "Naruto-sama, I liked it." And continues, "Now to urgent matter, I would like to join village." "Definitely Naruto-sama, I will directly give you as a rank of elite Junin as you are already this powerful," says Hiruzen humbly. "Junin ha, I am a bit lazy guy you know," grins Naruto. "But I would like to attend the academy to know my generation's children." "Of course Naruto-sama, you can study in academy, but you are already ninja, so you can become secret elite ninja who works under me," grins Hiruzen, forgetting a power ninja who is in fact even more powerful than him. "What name should I call you?" "You can call me Uchiha Naruto for now, as you already know I have Sharingan." Naruto activates his Sharingan. "If anybody asked how I have Sharingan, tell them I am distant relative of Madara Uchiha." Hiruzen nodded. "Okay, so when do I join?" asks Naruto. "You can join from tomorrow, I will enroll it for you." Hiruzen opens his drawer and gives him Konoha headband and some money for his living arrangements. "See you later in academy Naruto-sama." Naruto gives his goodbye, went to live in some inn known as Konoha Inn and to buy some clothes and food. When he was moving around the village he bumped into someone. When he saw who he bumped he blushed to see a very beautiful girl, with fair-skinned girl with long, black hair with bangs hanging on either side of her face to roughly frame her cheeks and black eyes. She wore a simple dark purple shirt with black Anbu pants. Naruto lends her his hand. She takes it, says, "Thank you." "So what is your name, young lady?" asks Naruto. Makoto was shocked to see an Uchiha who was flirting with her when nobody ever dared to touch clan heiress. Makoto is a clan heiress of Uchiha who is daughter of clan leader Kagami Uchiha. "You are an Uchiha, but I have never seen an Uchiha with blonde hair in the clan," inquires Makoto. Naruto twitch at first but replies happily by giving a small lie. "Surely you have never seen me in the clan because I was living outside the village near Kumo." "What were you doing in Kumo for such a long time?" asks Makoto. "Don't tell me you were born there, because there is no Uchiha who left or defected the village." "Kicking the Avrakage in Kumo," thoughts Naruto. "I am a war orphan, so I never knew my parents," while faking a sad smile. "Oh, I am sorry, I didn't mean to," says Makoto. "No problem, that is past life, now I want to live my present life properly," tells Naruto. Makoto nods happily and sees the sky. "Oh, it's already getting late, I have to return my home fast or my parents will be angry. It's nice to meet you, Naruto, and welcome to the clan." She bows to Naruto and run away to her home. "Thanks, see you soon," says Naruto and walks away to Konoha Inn. While walking he was pondering the events which happened today, which brought a sly smile on his face. Looks like life will be interesting from now on. Next day in academy. Naruto walks in the streets of Konoha to the academy while people were greeting him, which brought a smile on Naruto's face as he never got this much attention in his past life or future life. When he reached the academy he saw many parents were leaving their children in the academy and saying their goodbyes, which brought a sad smile on his face, but he shrugged it off. Naruto was wearing black clothing with black pant with an orange t-shirt and blue ninja sandals. When he was walking to academy he was getting blushes and giggling from girls and jealously from boys who were obviously thinking, "Who is this handsome boy?" Naruto straight went inside academy. There he saw a chunin with black hair eyeing him, so he assumed he is waiting for him. "Are you Naruto Uchiha?" questioned chunin. "Yes, I am, and you are," answered Naruto. "My name is Taka, I am the academy sensei," tells Taka. "I have been assigned by Hokage-sama to take you to your class. Lead the way," tells Naruto. The chunin nodded. "It's very surprising that a 10-year-old kid like you is directly assigned to 4th year, which is the final year. You must be a genius if you are directly assigned for 1-year training." "Whatever, I will try my best," says Naruto boldly. They immediately reached in front of class 4C. Taka opened the door and says, "Araki-sensei, I have brought the new kid." Naruto saw Araki, who looked exactly like Iruka except the slash mark on his upper nose. "Thank you, Taki-sensei," says Araki. Taki nods and leave before telling all the best to Naruto. Araki then sees Naruto and asks him to come inside. "Hello young man, please introduce yourself to class," greets Araki. Naruto comes inside and check the class where every student was watching him curiously. Naruto greets them lazily just like Kakashi. "Hi, my name is Naruto Uchiha, pleased to meet you." There were only one Uchiha in the class, one was watching him suspiciously. "Only this much, no hobbies and dreams?" questioned Sensei. "Yeah, I am a bit lazy to talk about these things," tells Naruto lazily. Everyone's sweat dropped by his answer, but some girls were blushing because of his cool attitude. "Sensei, why is a new student in this class when this is final year? Shouldn't he be in 1st year?" asks an arrogant child who didn't like Naruto's presence and jealousy because all girls were looking at him. "Hokage-sama has requested Naruto in this class because he has a great talent, and now no question, let's start but was cut off by sudden arrival of 2 people. "I am going to be great, Hokage Databane," yells a red-haired girl. She had a slender, but feminine build, fair skin, violet eyes, fiery red hair, which Naruto immediately recognized as Kushina. Naruto caught an eye in the 3rd row who has blonde hair like him, was blushing while seeing Kushina, which amused Naruto. Naruto was happy to see his both parents. "Kushina, I have told you many times you should not yell every time whenever we come to academy," says the second girl, who Naruto immediately realized was Makoto, but stops when she sees a familiar boy. "Naruto, what are you doing here?" This brought the attention of the entire class while they were thinking what could be his relationship with clan heiress, while some were jealous and some curious. Even Kushina got curious. "Oh Makoto-chan, you are also in this class," teased Naruto while Makoto was blushing as he used "chan." "It looked like it was our destiny to meet together." Entire class was shocked by his bold statement. Makoto was blushing profusely by his statement but didn't comment, and everyone was laughing by seeing her face, even who Kushina was teasing her. "Okay, that's enough everyone, let's start the class. Naruto-san, will you please take last seat at the corner, and Makoto and Kushina take your seats immediately." All three nods takes their seats. Araki then takes the class for 3 hours where he teaches reading, writing, mathematics, science, geography, etc. Naruto was lazily sitting beside window and was not interested in these boring lectures. He wanted to have some fights. After 3 hours of class, Araki then tells them to go for taijutsu class. In taijutsu class, everyone was standing in front of Chunin instructor whose name was Hatsu. He was giving some guidelines about taijutsu and then sparring with students. Minato Namikaze next calls Hatsu. Minato comes in front of him and stands in his fighting style. "You have 1 minute to hit me," tells sensei. Minato nods. Minato starts fighting. The spar was over in 1 minute. Minato was panting badly while sensei was also panting somewhat. "You did well Minato, everyone stand against me for 10 to 15 seconds but you fought for more than 1 minute. That is an excellent record. You are truly a genius of your class," says sensei. Everyone cheered for Minato. Next is Naruto Uchiha. "Oh, you are new student, let's see what you can do," grins Hatsu. Naruto walks lazily in front of sensei with both hands in his pockets, not even interested to take a taijutsu stance. Everyone was curious to say what Naruto can do while some were saying he won't even stand for 7 to 8 seconds. "Oh, you are arrogant and lazy," says Hatsu. "Let's start the battle." They were both standing opposite to each other for 10 meters. Just when Hatsu was going to punch Naruto, Naruto disappeared from his view and directly came in front of him and punched him in his stomach. The punch was so powerful that Hatsu went flying through the wall and the wall gets destroyed. Hatsu gets unconscious while blood was coming from his mouth and head. His right leg and left hand was fractured. Everyone was gaping in shock. "Impossible, he beat the sensei in less than 2 seconds, says one student. "He defeated him with 1 punch, says a scared student. Everyone was murmuring among them. Makoto, Minato, Kushina had their jaws down. They can't believe it, the new student beat their sensei without even trying. "I can't believe it, he was this strong," says Makoto. "What can you accept from your boyfriend?" teased Kushina. "He is not my boyfriend," yells Makoto while blushing. "Is he really an academy student? That speed was equal to Jonin," says Minato. "What?" yells Makoto and Kushina but were interrupted by someone. "Hey you, how dare you beat our sensei like that?" growls an arrogant student. "Don't think yourself too much, you are nothing but trash in front of us," the other arrogant members nodded. Naruto didn't like his tone and opened his mature Sharingan while staring the arrogant kid coldly, which made that kid flinch badly and an unknown pressure fall down him. The kid couldn't take much, so he pissed his pants and started crying while everyone was laughing as he pissed his pants. Naruto left him and went to Makoto and Kushina, who were shocked to see his mature Sharingan. Makoto says, "You have already acquired your mature Sharingan." "Yes, did you?" questioned Naruto. "No, but I will definitely acquire my Sharingan one day," Makoto repels back. "You are very strong, Naruto. I have never seen anyone of our age to defeat an instructor. Looks like I am the one who break that record, my lovely lady," teased Naruto while getting amused by seeing blushing Makoto face. The other Uchiha named Fugaku didn't like that and demands, "Who are you? I have never seen you before in our clan area." "I am sorry, I didn't hear you," tells Naruto while cleaning wax from his ears while everyone's sweat drop. Fugaku gets embarrassed and growls, "Who are you? I have never seen you before in our clan." "I am Orphan Uchiha, I mainly came from Kumo," tells Naruto to his fellow clansmen. "So you are an lowly Uchiha and an outsider," says arrogant Uchiha while Makoto frowns and Kushina didn't like his comment, especially Kushina as she is also recognized as outsider. Stop pestering Naruto-kun Fugaku, growls Makoto. What are you gonna do, little girl? You didn't even got the Sharingan till now while I already got one Tomo, says Fugaku showing his Sharingan with one Tomo. You are just a crybaby. I can't believe how you are a clan heiress when you didn't got the Sharingan. You are not even stronger than me. Get lost, you whore. Makoto was in verge of tears because of his clansman comment, but before she could reply, Kushina beat her to it. Shut up, Fugaku, how dare you said those words to Makoto. You shut up, outsider, you are also nothing. Fugaku was going to punch Kushina, but Naruto caught his wrist tightly while Fugaku grunted in pain. I don't care, Fugaku, if you think me is low life or I am far beneath you, says Naruto cold by showing his Mangekyou Sharingan. But if you ever dare hurt the feelings of beautiful girls, I will wipe you out from the face of earth, did you understand? Naruto didn't let him reply and punched him on his face while he flew away through the wall same way as Hatsu. After a minute an Anbu came and took both Hatsu and Fugaku to the hospital. Makoto was happy that Naruto stand for her and blushing at beautiful comment even Kushina. Entire day went doing some different exercises, but Naruto was only the one who had done well in all these exercises and the second was Minato who did well. After academy was over, Naruto and Makoto gave goodbyes to Minato and Kushina and started walking to Uchiha clan area. Naruto, why are you walking with me? Inquires Makoto. Nani, Makoto-chan, I am hurt you didn't like company, Naruto cried in anime tears. No, it's not that I am happy with you are walking with me and I like your company, answered Makoto immediately. Oh okay, I was just joking, grins Naruto playfully. I was coming to Uchiha clan area to meet your father Kagami Uchiha to get accommodation in clan area. Really, you are going to live there? Asked Makoto excitedly. Oh, I didn't know you are so excited to see me there, teased Naruto while Makoto blushed but she didn't comment. When they reached the clan, people were greeting Makoto while some were suspiciously seeing Naruto and some people comment young love. Makoto was blushing with these comments while Naruto was amused. When they came in front of the Makoto house, Makoto opens the door, allows to enter Naruto and takes him to the meeting hall. After 5 minutes Kagami Uchiha came with Makoto. Oh, you must be Naruto-san. Hiruzen told me about you. How was your first day in academy? Asks Kagami happily, whom Naruto assumed is not stuck up like other Uchiha. It was fine, Kagami-san, and your lovely daughter helped me many things, so it was fine day, tells Naruto while Kagami is also amused by seeing his daughter blush. My daughter is such a nice girl, always help people in need, says Kagami with pride but then gets serious. Makoto, will you please bring tea for me and Naruto? Makoto nods and leaves the room. Kagami then face Naruto. Naruto, Hiruzen already told me about you. It is very surprising for me to meet the grandson of Uchiha Madara, says Kagami. I will be very happy to give you accommodation here. I can tell that you are different from other Uchiha and you look as powerful as Madara, even powerful as all other Uchiha here, even me, so I welcome you to my clan elite Junin Naruto Uchiha. A hand comes on the alarm clock and he throws it out of the window, disturbing my sleep. Stupid alarm clock, mutters a man. This man was none other than Uchiha Naruto. Naruto wakes up on his bed and takes yawn by rubbing his eyes. Man, today is the graduation exam. How boring. I already know I will clear it without a sweat and become Genin or unofficial Genin, as I am already a elite Junin. Naruto takes out a new alarm clock from the near drawer. Exam will start at 9:30. I have 1 hour to refresh, mutters Naruto lazily. He gets up from his bed, goes to his bathroom to change. After getting refreshed in 20 minutes he leaves his house, which is in Uchiha compound, and straight goes to Uchiha clan leader house. While walking to his destination, which is 100 meters far, Naruto thinks about his life in this 1 year. It has already been 1 year since he came to past and nothing has changed much except Second World War, which was over 3 years before. From last 1 year Naruto has become good friends with Makoto family, especially Makoto. Her family always take care of him as he is their own son and always ask him to come for breakfast and dinner except lunches he always goes to his favorite shop Ichiraku Ramen for lunch. Naruto reaches his destination and knocks on door. A voice comes from inside, "Wait, I am coming." A maid opens the door and greets him, "Welcome Naruto-sama, everyone is waiting for you inside." "Good morning Kiko," says Naruto to the maid whose name is Kiko and went inside. When he reaches the main hall, Kagami greets him, "Good morning Naruto," which Naruto does the same. Kagami and Naruto takes their seats and waits for other family members to come. Soon two new members comes in the room, one is Makoto and other is Makoto mother, her name is Miko. When he first met Miko he couldn't distinguish who is Makoto and Miko as their faces looks exactly same except their height. "Good morning Naruto-kun," greets both Makoto and Miko. "Good morning Miko-sama," Makoto greets Naruto. Soon they start eating with their casual conversations. "So Naruto, are you worried for graduation exam?" questioned Miko behind her. Kagami was grinning on young Junin. "Nah, exam will be piece of cake," replies Naruto lazily while eating his omelette. "Oh, Makoto is very nervous about her exam, that she will pass or not," says Miko. "Don't worry Makoto, you will do well, I know how much hard work you have done this year," tells Naruto to Makoto. Makoto was happy that Naruto has so much faith on her. "Thank you Naruto," replies Makoto while blushing. Makoto parents were listening this conversation while grinning. They knew very well that Makoto has crush on young man. Breakfast goes for another 10 minutes, then both Naruto and Makoto takes their departure to academy and gives their goodbyes to Kagami and Miko. While walking to their destination Naruto jokes, "So Makoto, are you eating potatoes every day? You're as increasing day by day." Makoto face faults at this question and yells with red face, "Idiot, I am growing, so are you, pervert." "Haha, whatever, let's go to academy or we will get late for exams," says Naruto lazily. They both reach to the academy in 10 minutes and meets Kushina, who is waiting for them at the academy gate. "Ohayo Naruto-kun," Makoto-chan greets Kushina. "Ohayo Kushina-chan," greets both Naruto and Makoto, then all three start walking to their class. "So Kushina-chan, are you nervous for exams?" inquires Makoto. "Not much, I think I will clear the exams," says Kushina. They all reach to their class where Naruto meets his best friend Minato. Minato and Naruto are only students in the class who are recognized as rookie of the class. They both take their seat while Makoto and Kushina took their own. The other students were chatting how awesome ninja they will become today, and girls were mainly eyeing Naruto as if they are trying to rape him. Naruto was having large number of fangirls because of his lazy attitude, but in girls' eyes he looks cool. Araki-sensei comes after 5 minutes. "Good morning everyone, I am very proud of you all today, you will graduate and become ninjas from today, so all the best everyone," says Araki. "But before starting exams Naruto, you have been summoned by Hokage-sama in Training Ground 7. Naruto nods and turns to Minato, Kushina, Makoto, "All the best everyone, I will meet you after graduation." "But what about your graduation exam?" asks Makoto worriedly. She didn't want Naruto to fail his exams. "Don't worry, maybe Hokage has some important work for me, so after meeting I will come back for the exams," assures Naruto and disappears using Shunshin no Jutsu, leaving a gaping Chunin sensei. He even knows Shunshin no Jutsu, so that's why Hokage-sama asked to graduate him without giving exams, thoughts Araki. A arrogant merchant's son snorts from his seat. "So finally that lazy guy left the class, looks like Hokage-sama found him weak, so he decided to fail him from exams," while his other companions nodded. "Actually it's exactly opposite, Hokage-sama asked us to pass Naruto as he already has strength and mind of genin," says Araki with amusement. Entire class is shocked by this news, but Araki didn't let them reply. "Okay, we have wasted enough time, let's start the exams." Training Ground 7. Naruto reaches to Training Ground 7, which was his first training ground as Team 7. "Hello Naruto-sama, I am glad you came on my request," bows Hiruzen, who was standing in front of stone monument. Good morning Hiruzen, so why you called me here? Asks Naruto curiously. I called you so I can analyze your skills in fighting. I have an important assignment for you, replies Hiruzen. Oh okay, so where we should start is you already know my fighting skills are destructive and I don't want to destroy half of the Konoha while fighting you, tells Naruto. For that I have a solution, says Hiruzen. Soon he makes a seal and puts a barrier in the training ground. This barrier will not only block our attacks from going out in the village but even increase our fighting space, which is equal or bigger than Konoha. Naruto nods at his words. So shall we start? Hiruzen nods and removes his cage robes, which shows his combat attire consisted of a black jumpsuit, which featured mesh segments over the lower portions of his limbs, and a green gauntlet that covered his right wrist, forearm and elbow. He also wore an armored hood with a bandana-like Konoha forehead protector over this, which featured two long straps. The kanji for third Hokage was inscribed onto an additional piece of metal plating on the back of his outfit. Naruto knew very well he cannot let his guard down, as Hiruzen was one of the most powerful shinobi in history, so much so that he was admired as the god of shinobi in his prime, and was said to be the strongest Hokage that Konoha has ever had. Even in his own time, he was also said to be the strongest of all the 5 Kage. Hiruzen was also called the Professor due to his mastery of all forms of shinobi combat, his own personal arsenal of original and ingenious techniques, as well as having mastered thousands of techniques in general. Hiruzen shunshin in front of Naruto and tried to hit Naruto on his chest. At the same time, Naruto sidestepped because of his Sharingan and throws a kick on Hiruzen's face, but Hiruzen blocks with his palm, but the kick was so powerful that he skidded back far away from Naruto, and the force of that kick destroys more than 30 meters of land behind him. Shit, his strength is more greater than Tsunade, thought Hiruzen as his green gauntlet gets destroyed with one kick. Looks like I should use mainly 5% of my energy or I will destroy the old man, thoughts Naruto. Yeah, you should control your power. Naruto, we all have trained you as much as we can in this 1 year, so if you use more than 10% of your power you will destroy entire Konoha, and I don't think you want that, don't you? Says Kurama from his mindscape. Naruto nods at Kurama's words and decreases his 10% power to 5% power. Both started taijutsu match while Hiruzen was attacking most of the time and Naruto was dodging swiftly with less effort. They both fought for more than 10 minutes while Hiruzen was panting hard as his some parts of armor was destroyed, but other than that he was fine. Naruto was also panting somewhat as he is only using 5% of power, but he is liking this fight as he is fighting a god of shinobi. Naruto went through hand seals. Fire style. Majestic destroyer flames, a wave of hot flames expelled from his mouth. The jutsu spread out wide, but Hiruzen also expels fire from his mouth, fire style, majestic destroyer flames. Both the jutsu collide each other, spreads out wide enough covering a distance of 300 meters, but Naruto jutsu overpowers him, which makes Hiruzen to do Kawarimi no jutsu. You are very good, it's looking like I am fighting both Shadaime and Nadaime Hokage. Compliments Hiruzen, who come behind Naruto. You are also good, you truly deserves the status of god of shinobi, says Naruto. Naruto went through hand seals before slamming his hands on the ground. Wood release. Piercing strikes. A large number of spikes shot out from the ground and flew towards the Hiruzen. Hiruzen tries to jump away, but Naruto uses one more wood release which comes down from the ground and catches Hiruzen's legs. Hiruzen went through some hand seals. Wind release. Wind dragon. A big wind dragon expel from Hiruzen's mouth which deflects all the spikes. After that they both went on different type of ninjutsus like water, earth, lightning jutsu, but mainly Naruto who overpowered them. Both opponents were panting somewhat, but Hiruzen drops on his knees as he had no chakra left on his body. You have done well Hiruzen, I was not expecting you would know all chakra affinities, says Naruto as he helps Hiruzen to stand up. Same to you Naruto-sama, but I am surprised that you also know many type of ninjutsus, says Sarutobi. I know you have Rinnegan, but I didn't think you can copy all my ninjutsus by Sharingan as they were highly destructive jutsus. You are right Sarutobi, but I didn't use my Sharingan but my Mangekyou Sharingan, which is even more powerful than normal Sharingan, as you already know, replies Naruto. Oh okay, so how much were you holding back Naruto-sama, asks Hiruzen curiously. Actually I was only using my only 5% of my power, replies Naruto, which shocks Hiruzen to his very core. Only 5% power is equal to cage level, you truly are deity Naruto-sama. If I would have opened my 8 gates then also I won't be able to defeat you, grins Hiruzen. So can you please show some part of your true power? Naruto nods. Sure, I will show you 30% of my power. As he releases his power, ground start cracking and shaking, the air around him starts changing, lightning occurs in the sky. Now I will show you some of my Rinnegan techniques. Hiruzen was again on his knees as the pressure from Naruto power increases rapidly. Chibaku Tensai. Naruto releases a black sphere from his hands which acts as a center of gravity, drawing in everything in its surroundings like rocks, trees. It was getting even bigger and it was even bigger than Nagato Jutsu. Hiruzen was also attracting to it, but Naruto catches him and places Hiruzen near him. I can't believe everything surrounding us is going above the sky and becoming a big sphere. It's even bigger than entire village, says the astonished Hiruzen. Chibaku Tensai is a technique which is used through the Diva path of Rinnegan. Rakudo Sanin notoriously used it to create the moon and trap the 10 tails body inside of it, says Naruto. Hiruzen saw entire surrounding have become a crater, only he and Naruto were standing in between that entire crater. The crater was looking like entire Konoha has been attracted to that gravitational pull. Naruto stops the techniques as the sphere has become equal to the size of village. As you have already seen my main Rinnegan power, now I will show you my Jinchuriki power, says Naruto as he creates Bijudama in his right hand and throws it at sphere, Big Ball Bijudama. The Big Ball Bijudama destroys the entire sphere as a bright light surrounds entire ground. When everything clears, training ground is nothing but entire hole, and Naruto is flying above the hole while Hiruzen is on his shoulder. That was amazing. I have never seen such destructive power. You should take the title of God of Shinobi rather than me, Naruto-sama, but how are you flying, says Hiruzen. I will see when you retire, and I am flying because Jubi Jinchuriki has the power to fly in the air just like Tsuchikage, says Naruto, and they both start laughing happily. After that, Hiruzen releases the barrier and entire area becomes small as it was only one training ground. After 1 hour 3 Chunin came to repair training ground, but what they saw made them faint. How the heck such a big hole become here, and where is the training ground? Hokage Tower. Naruto-sama, that was an amazing match, says Hiruzen as he came from hospital patched with some injuries. Yeah, we should do this again sometimes, grins Naruto while Naruto was totally uninjured. Of course. So about the main topic which will be discussed tomorrow, so can you please come to my office tomorrow morning at 9:30, tells Hiruzen. Yeah sure, now I will head to academy to see how everyone has done in their exams, says Naruto. With that he leaves the office. Hiruzen watches him go and then sighed by seeing pack of full paperwork. Damn this blasted paperwork. Academy. Naruto reaches the academy and saw parents were greeting their children. He saw Minato, Kushina, Makoto were together with forehead protector on their head and goes to them, congratulate everyone. Naruto, yells Makoto, who jumps on him and hugs him tightly, which made him blush somewhat. Where were you? I was so worried about you. Sorry to make you worry Makoto-chan, I was having an important work with old man, says Naruto sincerely. With that they all start telling how well they have done in their exams, and Minato has become Rookie of the Year, which makes Minato embarrassed. After some talking they all went to Naruto and Kushina favorite shop Ichiraku Ramen and celebrate there. Naruto reaches the Hokage Tower at 9 o'clock where he is greeted by Hokage secretary. Good morning Naruto-san, Hokage-sama is awaiting for your arrival. Naruto nods at her words. Thank you Mrs. Kira, replies Naruto and went inside Hiruzen office. Naruto enters Hiruzen office without even knocking, straight went inside. Several Junin to elite Junin were inside the office while Hiruzen was debriefing them. When Naruto enters, everyone was staring at him while other Junin were confused who was he, but some Uchiha Junins were narrowing their eyes as they knew who he was. Ah, good morning Naruto Sao. I mean Naruto, it's good that you joined us for this debriefing, greets Hiruzen by removing Sama from his name as he don't want anyone to know his identity. Sure old man, whatever, replies Naruto as he walks straight in front of Hiruzen table and sat in an empty chair. The Junins were shocked at how he bluntly spoke to Hokage-sama and directly sit aside with Hokage-sama while they were standing. Hey brat, how dare you disrespect Hokage-sama, and why are you sitting while we are standing, growls one Inuzuka. Judging by your attire you must be a genin, why are you in Junin meeting? Naruto didn't reply and immediately release his power, which started shaking Hokage Tower while all the Junin were in their knees. Even the Hiruzen precious 3 students who were recognized as Sannin in entire elemental nation were also having difficulty in breathing and standing. My what power, it's even above Hiruzen sensei, says a shocked Orochimaru while licking his face. Naruto stops releasing his power and Hiruzen clears his throat. Naruto is not a genin, he is an elite Junin just like you, so please give respect to him. Everyone starts getting up after the incredible pressure recedes away and gets away from Naruto. But sensei, I have never seen him before in this meeting and he is only 11 years old. How did he become Junin so fast? Inquires Tsunade. Naruto is my official Junin who directly works under me, not to council, and why he is here because I have some important work with him. Is that clear everyone? So let's start our meeting, tells Hiruzen. Everyone nods as they already got in their minds that this kid is equally powerful as their Hokage-sama and they should not anger him as he directly works under Hokage-sama, so he is their higher up in their rank as Sannin. The Inuzuka who disrespected Naruto apologized to him. I am sorry sir, I didn't know you were one of our higher ups. Apology granted, replies Naruto lazily. After 10 minutes Hiruzen ends the debriefing and everyone leaves the room except Sannin and him. So now that everyone has gone, let's start our main meeting, says Hiruzen. I have called you here because there has become a big problem between AIM and Fire Nations. What, we have already assigned a treaty between us and AIM, shouts Tsunade. I know, but it was caused by Hanzo, he is again trying to destroy Konoha, tells Hiruzen. 1 week before I had sent a patrolling team of 10 elite Anbu to check the borders, but they were all eliminated. But what are we going to do? Sensei, looks like Hanzo will definitely move this time and will destroy Konoha, says Jiraiya. I agree with him Sensei, Hanzo cannot be underestimated, he is a very cunning man, says Orochimaru while eyeing Naruto curiously. I know, that's why I have decided to send only you 4 guys who can stand against Hanzo, tells Hiruzen. According to the intel, Hanzo has a son who is equally powerful as you Sannins. Really equally powerful as Sannin? Now this is getting interesting, grins Naruto. Forgive me sensei, but don't you think this mission will be difficult for this kid? Asks Tsunade while Naruto gives her glare. I don't think he is ready to fight a fighter equal to a Kage. Don't underestimate Naruto, he is more powerful than us combined. You guys will fight Hanzo's son while Naruto will fight Hanzo himself, tells Hiruzen. Oh really, he is more powerful than us, says Tsunade and sends a chakra punch at Junin speed in front of Naruto's face. The Sannin were pitying him when Tsunade was going to throw him hospital, but were shocked when he without blinking his eyes stopped Tsunade punch with his middle finger. Impossible, did he just stoop Tsunade punch without even trying, says a shocked Jiraiya as she can destroy this tower with one powerful punch. Oh my, look like sensei was right, he is truly powerful, speaks Orochimaru while licking his face. Tsunade Senju, as much as I want to beat the heck out of you, we should be comrades, not try to each other, tells Naruto to shock Tsunade by throwing her hand back. Now that everything is clear, tomorrow morning you will leave for AIM and stop any forces who are trying to attack Fire Nations, says Hiruzen seriously. This mission will be SS class mission, dismiss. While everyone left the office, Naruto stayed back. So how much I hold back? Should I destroy entire AIM or only Hanzo forces? Inquires Naruto. You can destroy the forces if they won't listen to you, but if they listen you can give them this treaty contract again. Hiruzen gives him a contract. Naruto-sama, while I know you won't be having any problem in this battle, but please protect my students. Yeah, I will, don't worry. Meet you tomorrow, tells Naruto while giving him a lazy smile, then shins away. Uchiha compound. Naruto knocks on Makoto door and the door is opened by Kiko. Good morning Naruto-sama, greets Kiko. Good morning Kiko, how are you? Asks Naruto. I am fine Naruto-sama, thank you for asking, replies Kiko. Naruto went inside where he meets Miko and greets her. Good morning Miko-san. Good morning Naruto, you are late today, what happened? Asks Miko. Nothing happened, Hokage summoned me, he has given me an assignment tomorrow, replies Naruto. Oh, what type of assignment? Inquires Miko. It's not a big deal, he is sending me on a mission where some war has occurred, tells Naruto, which shocks Miko. Really, but you just became ninja yesterday, don't you think going a mission so early is suicide? Says a frantic Miko as she is worried about Naruto's safety. Don't worry, it's a normal mission, it's not so dangerous, assure Naruto to Miko. They both went to main hall where Naruto is greeted by Kagami and Makoto. While eating lunch he again tells them what he told to Miko, which shocks Makoto except Kagami as he knows Naruto is the most powerful member of Uchiha clan. So who are you going to team up with? Asks a worried Makoto. The Sanins, tells Naruto, which shocks them. What, really, you are going on a mission with Sanins? Shouts all three of them. But you are just a genin, why would a genin be sent for a war with Sanins when there are many junins in Konoha? Asks Makoto. I think Hokage wants to check my ability, or he wants me to remove my laziness, replies Naruto while everyone's sweat drops at his answer. So what are you going to do today, as you will be sent for mainly 1 week assignment? Asks Kagami. Nothing, I will just sleep for entire day, replies Naruto while finishing his breakfast, while again they sweat dropped. After eating breakfast Naruto and Makoto went to Uchiha training ground for spar. Makoto was overpowering Naruto with every move, but he was just blocking her moves with one hand. Why can't I hit you? Asks Makoto while glaring at Naruto. Because I am just fast, but don't worry, after returning from this war I will train you, says Naruto. Okay, you definitely have to keep your promise, so what do you says let's end this spar with last move, says Makoto as she jumps on Naruto. As Makoto jumps in front, Naruto tries to catch her shirt and throw her on ground, but by mistake he touches her, which makes Makoto entirely red. Oh, you have such a soft, smirks Naruto while his hand is still on her chest. Where the heck is he? Yells Tsunade while both Jiraiya and Orochimaru are trying to calm her down. Calm down Tsunade, he will come, says Hiruzen. I told you he is a bit lazy and I forgot to tell him to meet us at 6 a.m. morning. Everyone was waiting for Naruto at the gate of Konoha as 1 hour has already passed. Suddenly there was a red flash in front of the gate and there appeared Naruto in Junin clothes with an orange scarf around his neck. Good morning everyone, such a lovely day isn't it? Says Naruto, who is not even bothered by Tsunade glare which is directed at him. Why the heck are you late? Yells Tsunade at Naruto, but he ignores her. Old man, why are 6 Anbu here? I thought only 4 us going, asks Naruto, eyeing Anbu who are also packed with some important stuffs required for the journey. Oh, they are elite team of Konoha, tells Hiruzen. Bor and Inu are the captain while other 4 are in their teams. Enough chit chat, let's move out, says a fuming Tsunade who is thinking how to embarrass Naruto. Naruto turns to Jiraiya and asks, what's her problem, is there something on my face? Jiraiya replies back, oh, it's nothing, we were waiting for you from last 1 hour, so she is just angry that she couldn't leave early. Clap clap, claps Hiruzen. Okay everyone, Jiraiya and Orochimaru will lead the team while Naruto will be temporary leader. I want this mission success with no failure. All the best everyone. Everyone replies, hi, and all 10 of them vanish in the forest. After 3 hours, everyone was moving at fast pace. It was looking like blur for those who were taking shelter in the forest. Naruto and Sanins were fine but Anbus were looking tired as they are moving for 3 hours. Let's take a break here, tells Jiraiya while everyone nods. Everyone settled down and the Anbu took out the food and drinks which were stored in sealing scrolls and gave one to others. Naruto sat across Tsunade who was eyeing him every time he is take a bite of his food. Am I that handsome that you are looking me every time? Asks a amused Naruto. Tsunade face faults at that blunt sentence and mumbles silently, blah blah blah. Sorry I can't hear you, asked Naruto who is still grinning. I said you are looking cute in that Junin uniform, replies a blushing Tsunade which perked up Jiraiya interest as he started giggling by seeing Tsunade red. Oh really thanks for the compliment, grins Naruto while he also amused by seeing blushing Tsunade. You also have nice. What I will you how dare you say such shameless thing in front of everyone, yells an angry Tsunade and moves out to beat him senseless but Jiraiya calms her down. After 10 minutes of refreshing Orochimaru orders, okay everyone let's leave for our destination within next 4 hours we will cross the fire country and will reach to Omegakure. After 4 hours, Omegakure. Omegakure is a small, yet highly industrialized hidden village located in an unnamed country. Its architecture is composed of several metallic skyscrapers with road ducts connected to them and many power lines surrounding. As its name suggests, it rains almost constantly due to a storm above the village. All the water seemingly ends in a large lake that surrounds the village. A number of smaller villages also surround Omegakure. What a heavy rain, comments Naruto as he is standing at a distance away from village. Yeah, this country is always surrounded by water as it always rain constantly, replies Jiraiya. But something suspicious is going on, says Orochimaru and continues, Sensei told us there will be Hanzo forces in the border area but we didn't find anyone there. Yeah that's true looks like they are planning something, tells Tsunade. Oh that's what going on, Naruto smirks while everybody sees him. Tsunade inquires, what are you? But she gets cut off suddenly a big creature jumps upon them. Watch out everyone, yells Jiraiya as everyone escapes from that area. There was a massive salamander in front of them as Naruto hears Orochimaru yelling Ibus which he assumed is the name of the creature. There were people standing upon him. First one was a rather muscular man of average height, with long blonde hair reaching down to his back and a prominent scar on his right cheek. His eyes were portrayed with a normal white sclerae and brown irides, he bore a distinctive cross-shaped scar. He had a dark hat on his head and his lower face was mostly obscured by a helmet-like respirator. The upper portion of this mask bore the symbol of Omegakure and was mirrored by 4 indentations on the part covering his mouth. His typical attire consisted of a loose wetsuit-like outfit typical of his village, accented by bandages wrapped around his wrists and lower legs, a flak jacket with swirls on the chest plate, standard shinobi sandals and a dark cloak that reached down below his waist. Underneath this wetsuit, he donned a dark, short-sleeved, midriff shirt which exposed his lower abdomen. The second person was same like first one with his hair was significantly shorter and he wore a respirator with only a single cartridge instead of 2. Well what do we have here Konoha Shinobi and my 3 cute Sanins, shouts the first person. Hanzo, yells Tsunade and continues, Bor and Inu you are our backup you all stay back while we will deal with all this mess. Yes Tsunade-sama, shouts Anbus and they vanish from that area. Oh you will take care of us but first, says Hanzo calmly suddenly they were surrounded by 1,000 ninja of aim. Dad let me take care of them, says the second person who is Hanzo's son. Of course my son I also want to see how you will fare against those Sanins, says Hanzo as his son throws poison from Ibisu mouth. A big form of green color liquid of 100 meters diameter falls on them but Jiraiya yells, let's escape. Pathetic attack, says a lazy Naruto, Shinra Tensei, entire liquid reflects back on both Hanzo and his son but both of them escapes. You are good brat I don't know how did you deflected it but don't worry I will show you my true power, comments Hanzo on Naruto. Hanzo we all have come here to negotiate our treaty with your village so stand down but if you will not then we will be forced to destroy you, says Naruto calmly to Hanzo. You will destroy us, growls Hanzo's son. Everyone them, all the AIM ninjas marches forward to them. Everyone let's be ready, shouts Jiraiya all the three as they also start marching towards the ninjas. Wait, let me take care of this, says Naruto, which stops them on their tracks. Look Naruto, I know that you are strong, but fighting an army alone is nothing but suicide, argues Tsunade with a stoic face, but inside she is worried about his safety as both Jiraiya and Orochimaru nods. Don't worry, I don't plan on dirtying my hands on blood, tells Naruto calmly as he weaves three hand seals simultaneously between himself and shows his red eyes Rinnegan as he yells, Tengai Shinsei. It was then the sky became more darker than it was, with clouds and something blocked the path of light. All ninjas in the army looked up, sensing something. A sense of dread began to fill them as something big seemed to coming towards them from above. No one moved or said anything. The feeling in their guts just could not allow them to do anything other than stare into the heavens, and waited. What the hell? One of the men yelled as a large meteorite appeared above them. The thing was ridiculously huge. There was no way of stopping such a thing. They simply could not believe what they were seeing. This was one of the things that you did not just dream of, even in your nightmare. Who could have thought that a large meteorite could come down from the sky? It was just ridiculous thinking about it. Holy shit, shouts Tsunade, Orochimaru, Jiraiya while their mouths hung open. Even all the Konoha Anbus were gaping by seeing a large meteorite coming down from the sky. Holly, another muttered, falling down on his knees. This was unbelievable. They were not even expecting this type of power coming from a 11-year-old kid. But there was nothing about this. This was not even ninjutsu. Perhaps they were in some sort of genjutsu. Someone seemed to have the same line of thoughts with him. Is this real, or are we in some Sharingan genjutsu? It was possible for the genjutsu of the Sharingan to trick them. The Dujutsu was notoriously known for its power genjutsu. What he was seeing just did not seem real. It was unbelievable. This had to be an illusion, so the kid has Sharingan. It feels real. Yes, it is real. This is no genjutsu, he was a censor. If it had been a genjutsu, he would know regardless of how powerful it may have been. It was real, and the bastard kid had pulled it, but how? He had felt his chakra spike considerably when he was going through hand seals. But it was perhaps nothing compared to how much chakra the kid had. This is ridiculous. We can't outrun this thing. It is too big for any of our jutsu to destroy it. Is this even ninjutsu? There was one thing common in all these men who spoke fear. Even Hanzo was feeling fear for the first time in his entire lifetime. The thing was getting closer. Naruto uses his speed and jumps in front of gaping Sanins who were dumbly seeing above. He catches their wrists and transports them far away from destruction area, and again transports to the gaping Anbus and transports them to Sanin location. The meteorite was getting closer, and even though they could not outrun it, they started to run around in all directions. One man in the midst of others knew that they could not outrun this thing. A bunch of earth jutsus were thrown into the fray as the large meteorite crashed down the ground and crushing everything beneath it. Its crash shook the entire AIM country and also in the Fire country. Some in the Fire country felt it, given that it had happened close to the border of the country. It took a while for everything to settle down. The Sanin were all thinking that Naruto had just done something that was impossible. They had never seen anything like that before. They had fought Second World War, and nothing had come close to what he had seen today. Had it not been Naruto teleporting them, they may also have been crushed. The meteorite crashed down and broken into some pieces, large pieces in that matter. It did not do any good to the surrounding landscape. If the meteorite would have fall down on village, it would have destroyed the village. Naruto, how did you do that? Asks Jiraiya with some fear. Are you some type of god or what? Don't worry, it is my Rinnegan Abelites, and then also I made it too small, but if I would have used my full power, I would had it made it 4 times bigger than the AIM village, replies Naruto. The Sanin and the Anbu were shocked to the very core of the earth while thinking the same thing. Rinnegan, can even make it 4 times bigger than the AIM village. There were no survivors. All were buried under. There comes the creature Ibus outside from the rocks in a bloodied form, but he immediately dies. The mouth of the creature opens, from it comes out Hanzo and his son who escaped at end time in the stomach of Ibusu. It is impossible, shouts Hanzo, who can't believe his eyes by seeing the landscape is surrounded by chunks of big rocks. Naruto and his companions lands in front of him. Hanzo, we only came for peace treaty, but you didn't listen to us. Now you will face my wrath. I will you, yells Hanzo, but when he sees his Rinnegan he shakes with fear. Rinnegan. Hanzo's son jumps at amazing cage speed to Naruto, but Naruto, without even moving from position, cuts his head. The Sanins were shocked that he, without even releasing his kunais, Hanzo's son like he was nothing but an ant in front of him. Now it's your chance, Hanzo, glares Naruto as unknown pressure forms around Naruto. I will not bead. Hanzo prepares for attack, but next thing his mind went blank as his head is cut from his body as Naruto comes behind him in a very fast speed. Think Naruto is using Shunpu as in Bleach. Well, the war is over, says Naruto lazily as he walks back to them. Are you kidding us? UED both the cage level fighters in less than 1 minute, but we didn't do anything, says Jiraiya grimly, but inside he was happy the war is over. Jiraiya, those who break the rules are trash, but those who abandon their comrades are worse than trash. If I'm going to be called trash either way, I'd rather break the rules. And if that somehow makes me anything less than a real shinobi, then I'll crush all of the so-called real shinobi. Says Naruto. Yeah, you are right, but when we return to the village you will tell us how you are so powerful, says Jiraiya happily. Suddenly a kunai flies behind Naruto, but he dodges it, but it immediately went for Tsunade, whose back was turned away. Naruto immediately teleports in front of her and pushes her away. It looks like one ninja survived, says Orochimaru, who rushes to that ninja and him. Tsunade moans, why am I moaning? What is this pleasure feeling? She opens her eyes and sees Naruto above her, but what made her uncomfortable was as his both hands were pressing her s. Aw, what a nice melons, says a amused Naruto.